Sometimes people don't see what's obvious, even when it's right in front of them. The case of Can Yaman and Sarah proves it. What from the outside looks like a fairy tale romance is actually a showcase of appearances, strategies, and manipulation. For years, Can was one of the most admired faces in Turkey. Talent, looks, and charisma. But the choices he has made lately and the people he has let into his life have completely changed his image. At the center of this change is Sara. Hand in hand walks through Italy, staged photos for paparazzi, dramatic social media posts. Everything seems crafted to keep alive a narrative that has little to do with reality. Sara's beauty is questioned even by her followers. Without makeup, her appearance shows fatigue and neglect. Yet her public image as an icon proves how fragile the perception of beauty can be. So why would a man like Can, who once seemed the perfect model, be with someone like her? Because Sarah is not sweetness, but control. Her real skill is emotional manipulation. She presents herself as a victim, earns sympathy, and then imposes her will. By the time Can realizes those tears are calculated, it might be too late. These gestures aren't love, they're moves in a media strategy. For Sarah, the relationship is a platform. She is not shone by her own merit, and her popularity depends on the attention she gets thanks to Can. He, rather than just a partner, has become a billboard. The most worrying part is that Can seems alone. The discipline and professionalism he once showed on set are now overshadowed by the exposure of his private life. And even knowing he's being used, he stays. That's the silent fall. It doesn't arrive with the scandal, but with a series of bad decisions. When this bond ends, Sarah will vanish from the radar. Can, however, could be left under the rubble, with a damaged image and a weakened career. Because here there is no love, no trust, no harmony. It's an unequal exchange. One seeks affection, the other seeks status. And when love becomes a competition, both lose. Can Yaman must see it now. Beauty is not only in the face, but also in the soul. And that Sarah cannot offer. I see Demet Özdemir as a woman who has built her own path, even when circumstances and outside opinions tried to dictate what she should do or who she should be with. She has lived moments of great light, international success and recognition, but also times when she faced unfair judgments, malicious comments, and fabricated stories about her private life. Yet Demet has always shown an admirable ability to stand tall, with her head high and her dignity intact. It's not easy to live under constant scrutiny, where every gesture, word, and silence is interpreted as a hidden message. She has learned to set boundaries, to decide what to share and what to keep for herself. Many don't understand that this reserve is not coldness, but a way to protect what truly matters. It's easier to invent headlines than to accept that a woman can own her decisions. Over time, she has understood that she doesn't need public approval to feel fulfilled. She has reinvented herself repeatedly, moving from light, romantic roles to more intense and mature performances. This professional growth mirrors her personal evolution, that of a woman who no longer allows herself to be boxed into a single image or an imposed role. Some criticize her choices, as if expecting her to follow a script written by others. But Demet is not the type to stay where she doesn't want to be. When something no longer serves her, she leaves. When an environment becomes unhealthy, she walks away, not because she doesn't care, but because she knows her peace of mind and integrity are worth more than any contract or public relationship. Her strength also comes from the clarity with which she separates self-love from external approval. She doesn't seek validation from those who judge her without knowing her. That's why, when attacked or blamed for things she hasn't done, she responds with the most eloquent silence, that of someone who has nothing to prove. That silence, far from weakness, is a powerful reminder. Behind this strength, I know there is a sensitive woman who also feels the weight of pressure and injustice.
No one goes through what she has without carrying scars, even if they're not always visible. What sets her apart is that she has learned to turn those wounds into fuel to move forward, choosing projects that inspire her and relationships that nourish her without giving in to outside noise. I hope those who follow her understand that Demet is not just the actress on screen or the protagonist of stories circulating online. She is a person with dreams, fears, mistakes, and victories who deserves to live without every step being dissected and criticized. She has shown she can protect herself, and that when something pulls her away from her essence, she has the courage to let it go. I trust that her path, though full of challenges, will continue leading her to places where she can grow without chains. Because if there's one thing Demet has taught us, it's that true freedom is non negotiable, and that authenticity always wins over any version fabricated by others.